As we enter the blades room, the main hall here, I take a right turn to the sandbags here. And at the sandbags, I perform a mega launch across the ceiling, the geometry of the ceiling, over to the balcony here and make my way out of bounds. I run back here to make the sewers area load in, otherwise it won't be loaded in. At this point I zip over and I just make my way on top of the sewers area basically. The stairs also give you height out of bounds. So this spot here is crucial, so I use the pistol to aim, otherwise you can easily fall into the void. I make my way over to the hole here and bump myself back in bounds. Fortunately this is doable. Hop in, activate checkpoint. We have to reload the checkpoint, otherwise power won't be here because we never activated it. So here it's just boring traversal. You notice the double dramas, the big guys with the hooks and the haunted are not loaded because we skipped a lot of flags and checkpoints. Unfortunately there is no crank skip here. I spent like 2 hours in this room, hopping around, launching around, to maybe find a hole in the ceiling, but I couldn't come up with anything. So yeah, it's just progression here, crouch through. And here this is the main reason we reload the checkpoint, otherwise we couldn't activate this lever and this door would simply not be functional and we couldn't progress. And you can't progress here from the previous movement on top of the sewers area. Like if you go into this area or on top of the hallway, it's just nothing loaded, you can't progress. So we have to keep some laws of the game in check, some flags, some checkpoints to make progression work. So yeah, this was just reversal to this checkpoint, reload the checkpoint, restore stamina, split the segment. So here we start the Laura segment. I hop over the railing on the stairs here to literally cut corners. And it's pretty cool because it skips the Laura trigger. So Laura is not here. And activate this lever without a reload glitch because it's slower. And here I perform a flat launch on the wires to just skip waiting for the two barriers. It saves about 20 seconds. Here I hold sprint and spam aim to break out a few frames sooner and have a cleaner transition to the door. Get rid of my equip, and now funny things happen. Because we skipped the Laura trigger, Laura is not here in the sequence and Seb's just slamming the door. So here, because I have no equip, I gain control over Seb sooner and get a cleaner turnaround. So here are two strats you can do, two routes. You can skip this lever and do flame skip, but it's making this segment even more hell, and it saves about 10 seconds if done perfectly perfect. So I just activate the lever with the reload glitch, wait for the checkpoint, reload the checkpoint, don't have to do flame skip, and now I can grind the last two launches, which I did pretty perfectly. So here I do a slow weapon wheel launch through the hole in the fence, get over to the elevator. This skip here, this zip is totally hell. It's super perfect, but you jump over the cutscene trigger for Laura, run back into the area to make the elevator and post-elevator area load. If you fail this zip, the cutscene plays early and Sebastian just falls into the void after entering the elevator because nothing's loaded. So this zip had a success rate about 1 in 40 for me, so it's super hard input wise. The zip is so hard because on the entrance of the elevator there is almost none height difference, which makes the zip so hard to gain decent height to fly above the cutscene trigger basically. So you need the perfect angle, you need the perfect input, and after you launch off you have to hold crouch immediately to just compress Zap that your height doesn't touch or your feet don't touch the cutscene trigger early. It's pure hell. So here it's just traversal to the Jimenez cutscene. There is no way to zip a launch. And after the cutscene skipped, we reload the checkpoint to skip the mini cutscene of Sebastian slamming on the ground. We start here again, so remember, every time I hit the menu and reload the autosave, the in-game time is not affected, so that's the spirit of Segmented. Here in this event, I do the quick fall down and the punch in, and while I'm down there, I'm holding A instead of spamming A to grab on the ledge, basically first frame, because it's input buffered, it's stored. If you mash, it can get janky. Sebastian doesn't climb up immediately, but by holding, it gets super clean, it's snappy, it's an insta snap on. So here, when we trigger the boss, hold aim to break out a little bit sooner, run towards the boss to start the fight earlier and cleaner. It's just more optimal. It's all those mini small things, they also matter. So here we activate the boss fight checkpoint. I'm gonna reload this because I grinded the fight, did research, and strat wise the eye gets out immediately. 3 rocket launcher shots, 1 at the upper body to get damage on the upper body and the eye, second one to keep him in place, third one on the boss and on the car to do extra damage. Now he's morphing. This is pretty scripted. I just use the handgun to keep him in place, and once the eye is exposed, I finish him off with 1 upgraded magnum shot. You can't kill him before the eye is not exposed, so yeah, you have to work with the things. And I just loot some loot while waiting for the elevator. Entering the elevator, chapter is done. Huge sequence breaks, huge skips. We finished chapter 10 at an IGT of 1:12:10. Less than 7 minutes IL time. Really, really cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time.